Hey, what in the world is happening with Vashon Real Estate? Oh, be still my heart. I love, not only do I love Vashon's weirdness, I love the weirdness of small data sets. So you're seeing here the last 2 years of supply and demand on Vashon. And uh, it's part of it is just small data set issues, the huge variance. But what's consistent here about this compared to the surrounding counties is January to February saw a decline in the number of listings, and March saw a huge increase. Well, this is as big of an increase percentage wise as we've seen. We went from 7 to 24 listings. Okay, new listings went on. Now the buyers jumped to match, right? There were buyers for a lot of those properties. That's good. A lot of those properties went off the market, right? So we're at more listings than any time except 1 month in the last 2 years. 24 is the most new listings that came on for any month in the last 2 years, save April? Last May. And there were 29. So who knows what April is going to bring on Vashon, but it wouldn't be weird to see 30 to see this outstripped. If we're going to get back to pre-pandemic levels, we're going to see more in April and more in May and more in June. We'll continue to see that go up. Hard to imagine the buyers are going to keep up with it, but it's also not predictable that it's going to be like 2023 or 2024, where it was difficult to find a buyer all these months. You could see the buyers far exceeded the number of listings. I suspect, given the 2 of the last 3 months, 3 of the last 4 months, 5 of the last 6 months, buyers have been very tight with the number of listings, that there have been fact buyers for a lot of those listings. So things are speeding back up on the island after a 2-year pause where you could find a lot of things that had been sitting on the market for a long time. That's probably not going to be the case going forward into this month, to this summer. Now, that said, very hard to know what the future is going to bring. I mean, tariffs, interest rates, inflation, chaos. Who knows what's going to happen? But for the near term, there's more listings. There should be more listings in April than there were in March to look at. Buyers should have an easier time. Sellers, you're going to need to price it aggressively to get it sold. You're going to need to price it right. You're not going to have bidding wars like we did during the pandemic. You'll have to price it right, and you will, but you're not going to, predictably have the kind of market that you had. Interest rates are still prohibitive for that. But there should be more homes coming available. If the trend holds, okay? And we shall see if the trend holds. We don't really know, but that's the way that looks. If you have questions about your house, the value here on Vashon, or you want to buy on Vashon, hit me up. That's what I'm here for. Aaron Hendon with Christine and Company over at EXP. Namaste. Talk to you next month.